guys, this is, well, it's not really an unboxing because I already took them out of the box, but I've got here not one, but two MacBook Pros. They are early 2008. This guy is a 2.6 gig Intel Core Duo with 512 megs of video RAM. This guy's a 2.4 gigahertz processor with the 256 megabyte video RAM. This one is the maxed out version of early 2008, and I think the 2.5 and the 2.6 gig came with the 512 megabytes of video RAM. The hard drives are doesn't matter because this one doesn't have a hard drive, and this one is probably some stupid old 200 gig hard drive anyways. I've opened them up. This is the one I want to get going. This is the 2.6 gig with the 512 video card, and of course the logic board seems borked on it. If I power it up, you can see the light comes on down here, and the DVD ROM does spin up. Nothing else happens. If I turn this guy on, I actually do hear computer fans spinning up. The hard drive, I think, this one's missing a hard drive, so obviously you don't hear it in this one. They both have the same symptoms. So this one lights up as well, although this one didn't come with a battery or a charger. So what I may do is take the logic board out of this guy, bake it, and see if I can get this one going. If I can open that lid there. See, they're exactly the same here. So I'll take this one apart. It's a bit more banged up, a bit slower. I'm going to practice on this one, see if I can get the logic board going. I did take the RAM out of this one, and it did not beep. That means it's not doing its post or anything. So the logic board is borked on it. It's not just bad RAM or something. Yeah, so it doesn't get very far. So I'm going to take this logic board out of this one, and I'll try and get that on video, and I'll do the baking process, see if that resolves it. If it does, then I'm going to do the exact same thing for this guy over here and see if I can resurrect it. Now, one thing I am scared to try is putting it in a blanket for half an hour and let it cook itself. Now, this won't cook itself, I guess, anyways, because it actually doesn't boot up at all. I guess that is really only if you're having screen issues. But anyways, I'll try and do the process here. You can see some a little banged up here around the corners on this one. This one overall is a bit more scuffed up. You probably can't see it, but it is scuffed up a bit more. It's got your standard stuff. It's got USB, it's got FireWire 400, FireWire 800, Ethernet jack 10100 and gigabit Ether, and the full DVI there. And on this side you got your express card port, which I've never used and I probably never will. It's got your audio in and out jacks, another USB, and your MagSafe. And so of course this guy is exactly the same here, exact same MacBook Pro. So this is indeed the year 2015, and yes, I did just purchase two early 2008 MacBook Pros. I'm going to see if I can resurrect these guys and maybe even get two working MacBooks out of it. At worst, maybe one working MacBook out of the two. I bought the extra for parts, but I may end up, if I can get the logic board fixed on it, may end up using it anyways. So we'll see how that goes. This one didn't come with a battery. The battery exploded in it. And I'm not sure how much RAM it has. I assume there's some RAM in there. But anyways, that is the unveiling. And I bought these guys off eBay. Both of them. And one looks a lot better than the other, obviously. This one looks way better. And the latch actually works properly on it, where it just lifts up and then you can... Look at that. Beautiful. This one here, it doesn't really bounce. Might just be a retension of the, yeah, the hinge is a bit more tired in this one. Might just have to tighten up the hinge, which I think you can do. But otherwise, it needs some polishing. There's some scuffs on it. Keyboard's a little dirty, but otherwise it looks pretty good. The buttons seem to work. There's nothing major broken with it. other than the logic board, obviously, which is pretty major. But all things considered, the stuff I can't fix, like I don't know, like a bullet hole through the case or something. There's nothing like that. I think I can fix the logic board, so I will do that in the next video, and hopefully you'll see this guy working over here, and if that does, then I'm going to try and get this one going, which will be my main new MacBook, and a MacBook Pro no less. This should smoke my current white MacBook in terms of processing power. It's 2 years newer, and on top of being 2 years newer, it is a MacBook Pro, which means it has a dedicated video card. It has like 5 times the amount of video card RAM than my MacBook, white MacBook has, 2006, and it should blow it away. And on top of that, this guy runs OS X Yosemite. Both of these will, because they're full 64-bit EFIs. So I'm very excited to get these things going. This one looks really nice. Really, it's fairly clean for what I paid for it. There's a little dent there, which you may or may not be able to see, but overall, it looks pretty good. And this one may just need a polish here to get some of the grime off it, but otherwise, it's not horrible shape, anyways, for used non-working eBay computers. So let's see, open that guy up again. It's lit up already because I turned it on. Anyways, yeah, I'll do the next video here, and hopefully you'll see a working MacBook out of one of these.